Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today is Hump Day. It's Wednesday, and it's time for the second ever installment of 1 Ounce Wednesday. This sample came from Mike D, and it is a Tennessee whiskey. Today's 1 Ounce Wednesday is Blue Note 17 Year. Mike D. This Blue Note 17 has been getting great reviews on the internet. Fred frickin' wait a minute, what? Fred Minnick loved it. The Bourbon Junkies, those guys loved it. Mash and Drum Jason, he loved it. And now it's in the hands of the world's top whiskey taster. Before I get into this bourbon, if you have a sample you think I need to try that isn't garbage, hopefully, then send me an email. My email address is in the description below. Or you can join up here, can join that, and have direct access, send me messages, and be a part of the ADHD Whiskey community and help support the channel. The Blue Note 17, aged a minimum of, you guessed it, 17 years. And she's coming in at 92 proof. 92 proof, it is from the George Dickel Distillery, and it is unfiltered. Bottle MSRPs for $150, but I believe that they're basically cleared off of the shelves and being sold by Flippy McFlippersons on the flippin' internet. Of course. Now that this Dickel is dizzy, let's put our nose in it and be very judgmental. Super sweet, super bakery, super unique, super not like other bourbons. This has a fresh, sweet, doughy smell to it. I think it smells like a chocolate chip cookie dough or like a sugar cookie dough. It's a definite cookie dough, faux show. This isn't the first Dickel product I have gotten the cookie dough off of. My main man Thrasher sent me a Pursuit series. It was episode 20, oh boy, I can't remember, but I'll put the link up here. And that single barrel George Dickel I also got cookie dough on. I'm not sure if it was as strong as this though. The cookie dough is morphing into like a little bit of liminess. There's a little bit of lime, a little bit of citrus in there. A little bit of citrus, a little bit of cookie dough, a tiny bit of orange peel. If you dig deep in the nose, the minerality of the George Dickel is there. It's not gone. It's buried. It's buried underneath sweetness and cookie dough, but there is some sort of something that resides in there that does remind me of a George Dickel product a little tiny bit. I do like the nose quite a bit. I do like the nose a lot, but that's what it is. Oh, I just figured it out. If you give it a nosing, you're like, ooh, sweet dough. But if you really put your gigantic nose in there, there's a bit of brininess, a tiny bit of brininess, that actually smells a tiny bit like Play-Doh. Yeah. And now that I say that, I smell Play-Doh. I've never met a Play-Doh I wouldn't eat, so let's put this Dickel in my body. Down the hatch. Yeah, very sweet, like a bear claw, or like a pastry, some sort of donut pastry. Reminds me a bit of a cream-filled donut, which I bet you couldn't guess I'm a fan of. I love me a donut or 6. You are an interesting bourbon. You confuse me and please me and tickle me in funny spots. I like you, but I'm also unsure of you. Your proof is low. Your viscosity is high. Your nose, unique. Your finish, delightful. It's a very unique bourbon. Let's just put it that way. Super sweet. It's delicate. The oak isn't spiky or like pokey or bitter. It doesn't have an astringent, bitter oak like some extra aged bourbons have. very well rounded, very well put together. I like it. Porter Likey. There's absolutely nothing unpleasant on the palate. It's sweet, it's oaky, it's oily. It's actually very pleasing and satisfying for being such a low proof. This is something I can say I really enjoy and I wish I had a bottle of. It falls into the category of best bourbons under 100 proof, especially for this year, especially for 2021. I can't think of anything that I've had under 100 proof that even comes close. Super good, super delightful, a happy surprise. Third sip, a little bit light on the palate. A little bit light and a little bit thinner. If I had more of this, I'd be able to dive a little bit deeper into it. But I got 3 great sips in. The final memory it left me with was it being a little bit thin. Even though the previous 2 sips were very not thin. So, it's still gonna get a great score. Today, this Blue Note 17 on 1 Ounce Wednesday receives a score of 8.1. It's great. It's a great bourbon. 8.1. Mike D, thank you for sending a sample. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds but your mind on doing a weekly video called 1 Ounce Wednesday every single Wednesday. And you mean that, even if you started with doing it 2 weeks in a row. You know what they say, if you do something for 2 weeks in a row, then you will do it for life. That is a famous saying. If you made it this far in the video, know that I love you and I appreciate you, and I just want to give you a hug for hitting the thumbs up, leaving a comment below, letting me know what samples you think I should do on a 1 Ounce Wednesday, and also for hitting the subscribe button, because hitting subscribe is absolutely free, and if you don't like my wife, I get it. I totally get it. It's weird having you watch me. No, it's just the very end of the video, the outro, that I was trying to, I don't know. I just got interrupted by my wife, obviously. You saw that. And she was wearing 0 clothes. And by 0, I mean every piece of clothing she could find. So, I am gonna go and talk to her about that, if you know what I mean. Still, hit subscribe. I think that's where I was. Good night, friends. Bye.